Greetings and salutations, ladies, menfolk, and non-binary viewers. Welcome to another episode of Game Break. I am your main instigator of creative distractions from full coverage writers for today, coming back with Dysfunctional Systems. I just can't get over this one theme. I really want the rest of the music because I'm curious how the rest of it is. But in the meantime, to actually get all that music, I presume I need to actually get through the storyline. So let's roll back into it. We finally made it to the bar with Winter and Cyrus. I'm curious to see just how Winter holds her liquor or beer or whatever alcohols they happen to have here. So let's get back into this. Okay, brace for it. No amount of alcohol-tinged breath could be enough to prepare me for a bar's smell, surely. Mother always talks about how awful bars are, and how that's why she only ever drinks at home. Sweaty and piggish and smelling like failure. This can only lead to misery. Slowly, I part the fingers over my nostrils. It does not smell at all. Cut that out, Winter. You look ridiculous. Hey. Okay. So apparently Steam Steam notifications are still a thing on this. That's cute. Hey, leave me alone. I've been misled. Slowly, I put down my hand, but not without glaring at Cyrus. He ignores this, of course, and walks over to an empty table to have a seat. He then pats the top of the chair next to him, inviting me. Well, whatever. I follow his lead, still cautious of this place. Notice how there's only a few people here, although it's lunch hour. What do you imagine this means? Most of the people here really like to work? Or maybe they really have to. Well, it's probably a good thing that this place is so empty. Too many customers might be a bit overwhelming for you. Can also make it rather difficult to actually find out anything. I see. There are only 4 other people in the bar wrong voice. There are only 4 other people in the bar besides us, all of whom are men, and all thrice my age by the look of it. The 2 who seem to be customers are dressed in a rather rough manner, like they've walked out of a construction site. I'm not the type to pride myself on appearance or anything, but I actually feel slightly embarrassed for them. They aren't the first in this world to look so deplorable, though. In fact, I would say they look fairly good by comparison. Most people I've seen look like they picked their outfits from a pile of rags. Thankfully, the other 2, both in uniform, are very presentable. The waiter, or he's probably the waiter, looks rather spiffy, and the man behind the counter is quite cleanly dressed, so this world is not entirely hopeless. But enough about men in clothes. The wall behind the counter is far more interesting. There are 2 lengthy rows of wildly varying bottles, some round, some square, and some outright peculiar. Admittedly, I am enticed. Only for a second, I assure you. After all, I have been told that alcohol tastes like piss. Well, I wouldn't know myself. I've never tried it. What? You've never tried alcohol? No, piss. It isn't the best until you get used to it. That aside, I've also been told that it makes you act like a twit, causes bouts of forgetfulness, and slowly poisons your liver. That is true, to a point. Eventually, you become addicted to it. Not everyone does, but there's the possibility. Then why drink it? Some people enjoy losing control over themselves, and many love to forget. You'll see for yourself, and be able to form your own opinion soon. I would rather not. Honestly, I'm more than fine with following the popular opinion. It is often correct and has saved me a lot of trouble in the past. While my thoughts wander to safer days, the man who I believe is the waiter comes to our table. What can I get for you? 2 beers, any brand you like. Coming right up. When he departs, I find myself curious about 2 things. Firstly, I have to drink 2 beers? No, 1 is for me. Why would you want to drink 1? I'm one of the people who enjoy losing a bit of control over themselves. I would not have pegged him the sort. At any rate, the second thing. What's a brand, sir? God damn it. Really? That's my day job. That hurts. Oh. What's a brand, sir? Does it have something to do with fire and iron? Winter! Pardon? Well, we used to brand cattle and other animals with a symbol that would associate them with their farmer, right? That is, if I remember my history. That was with fire and iron, so this is something similar? I'm not saying something stupid, am I? Yes, Winter, you are. This is annoying me. Is it how the alcohol is made, perhaps? Are the ingredients burned in some way before they're officially beer? Maybe with some sort of spiritual symbol. They do call them spirits, after all. There must be a reason for that, right? I can't do this with a straight face. Yeah, I'm with Cyrus on this one. Why isn't he saying anything? Or is it has something to do with real spirits? Like some sort of rite where each batch is brewed in honor of someone who's died? That is an interesting story concept right there. That would be cool. I want to take that concept at some point and play with it. I mean, I've read these places can be very strange, and... am I close? Oh, please let me be close. No. No, you are not close. Crap. I should have shut up way earlier. Why'd I ramble like that? Now I look like the fool. Honestly, though, I'm a little disappointed. Some fantasy would be nice. Winter, I'm starting to think you've already gotten yourself drunk off the atmosphere. Oh, please. Here you go. The waiter has returned, bearing 2 tall and thick tankards foaming at the brim. Beer, right? I know more of vodka and wines. That is a beer. One is placed in front of Cyrus, and the other in front of me. Enjoy. He leaves. I peek over my cup's lip and peer into its mouth. That's awkwardly phrased. I get the imagery, but... okay. The beverage does not take kindly to my curiosity, bubbling and spitting at me. Oh dear. I can't verbally represent an exclamation point. I withdraw with a start. How intimidating. Sir. Don't be such a baby. It won't kill you. There'll be much worse things you'll have to swallow than alcohol. Trust me. It sounds as though Cyrus is perfectly fine with bending over should the situation demand it. Does anyone else here see the innuendo? Ingesting things like this? Ingesting things worse than this? Allow me to apologize, Cyrus, but I am not a wimp. I know where to draw the line. It is quite the opposite of weakness, really. It's strength. No one is going to be forcing me to do anything I don't agree to. That said, I did say I would drink some of this. Lifting the glass with both hands, I gingerly tip it towards my lips and take in a mouthful. Blah. Oh heavens, I did not want to drink this. I swish the liquid a bit, and it mixes with my saliva. It seems nearly viscous, even. I want to retch. This is simply the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth. Atrocious. It bullies the back of my throat with a sizzling, no, a burning sensation that is spread throughout my entire oral cavity. No one thinks the term oral cavity. Just... the ordeal lasts less than 10 seconds before I stop thinking and just swallow it. Ugh. 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 Oh, come on. Goosebumps ripple across my skin and my eyes water. The beer drains down my esophagus, raising everything in its descent. Ugh, this is disgusting. Cyrus proceeds to drain half of his glass with a speed rivaling my mother's and an expression just as insensible. It amazes me that he can stomach it, and even more that he is willingly subjecting himself to it. This is pretty okay, actually. Best I've had in a while. You're joking. That was worse than what I imagined piss to taste like. And the sensation, everything about it, it's disgusting. Honestly, I find myself at a loss for words here. This beverage is just nasty. Finish that glass and we'll get moving. I'm not finishing this. Do it. Do it? I mock him. Don't take that tone. Just finish your glass. Finish my glass? I let my hands drop with gravity, the cup crashing onto the table. This is what you want me to finish? Then Cyrus, who I am quickly losing respect for, I will drink this mug and in fact finish it if you do one thing for me in the future. Pardon? It isn't loud in here, Cyrus. I know that you heard me. Well then, what do you want me to do? Nothing now. The future is not now. Now is the present. The future is later, and I will tell you then. Ooh, Winter is getting sassy. I like this. You're sure you're not drunk, Winter? Hush. Fine. You'll have your way if you'll have mine, Winter Harrison. It is a deal you cannot break, sir. With that, I drain my glass in a matter of seconds, using a technique I have observed over the years. When I set it down, there is naught but suds. Cyrus is impressed. I am appalled. Ugh, this is so nasty. I squeeze my eyes shut and let the wave of warm and trembling feelings wash over me. Ugh. Mercy, Winter. That was something else. How are you feeling? I answer him with a stare and a shiver. Really? I shake my head. Honestly, now that the wretched experience of an instant is over, I realize I was overreacting. While certainly vile, it doesn't seem to be immediately damaging. It looks like it will take more than one beer to impair my judgment. Either that or this stuff's effects are simply delayed. I am fine, I think. Ah, you should be. Yes, I don't really. I realize I might have spoken too soon as I suddenly feel a bit as though I'm glowing. It's not a terrible feeling, and I seem to still be myself. All is in order. I don't feel much different at all. Give it some time. You didn't really drink too much anyway. There usually isn't a whole lot of alcohol in beer. Wonderful. Both of my theories are true. Okay, so what now? Now we begin conversing. Cyrus discreetly points to a man in the corner. I'm going to go talk to that man. You take the one at the counter. Try bringing up work and going on from there. Oh, and of course, don't forget to keep where we're from and why we're here a secret. That kind of bartering chip shouldn't even be allowed to you kids. I'm gonna talk to him alone? Well, yes, I think it would make him pretty uncomfortable to have both of us ganging up on him. Oh, I don't know about this. Don't worry, the bartender is right there, and I'm not far either. Nothing will happen to you. It's not that, it's just I'm not very good at talking to people. You're doing fine with me. You're my superior. Just go over there and talk. Give it a try. Fine. I get out of my seat and immediately yank at the table's edge as the floor shifts. Oh no. My knees quiver with fear and I firmly plant my feet, my heart thumping like I'm about to die. Gracious, what was that? Did something happen? Have we failed? Calm down. You're just a bit tipsy. Shut up. I pause. Tipsy? Oh, buzzed. Right, I'm just... Ah, crap. Just get over there. I surprise myself, briskly taking strides to the counter. I find the act curiously challenging and amusing. Each step I consider really rather silly in its shakiness, and I begin wondering about how people learn to walk at all. Ooh, I'm digging this music now. This is a new track. This is nice. I like it. I approve. Very nice. It is not how my thoughts usually go, I think. I can't quite remember what I usually think about right now. I'm not drunk. I have an idea of what that is from looking, and this is not it. Oh, right. I am tipsy. Goodness, I'm unbalanced. I start slowing near the stools and suddenly break out in a cold sweat. I'm not good with people, so what am I doing about to talk about? Let's try that again. I'm not good with people, so what am I doing about to talk to a man? Oh, it's the inflection that's throwing me off. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I'm not good with people, so what am I doing about what am I doing about to talk to a man? That is just awkwardly phrased for me for some reason. I am sorry. While I am considering this, the order to stop is not processed physically. I sit right down next to the gentleman as if it is the most natural thing in the world, and we are the oldest of pals. Strong ties. Bonds formed from years of manual labor at the piers. I wonder how much alcohol I actually drank. Enough of this. Engage the man by his eyes. Yes, like that. Like in the books. Lean forward and get a closer look, Winter Harrison. Okay, so we got a new character model. Not bad, not bad. Oh, well, isn't he scruffy? Almost in an adorable way. His cheeks and chin are dashed all over with stubble, and his eyes are soft and caring. That is a nice character model, I'll give them that. He vaguely reminds me of a father I knew that was not mine, but a classmate's. I open my mouth and mentally say hello, but the order is again not actually processed, so I just hang my jaw and stare. He notices. Oh god, new voice. Hello there, miss. Hello. It is all I can do to say this. I fail to keep his attention, and his eyes return to the television above the bar. Television. That's right, they have that here. It seems to be a sports channel that he is watching. Not that I know which. I only know it is a sport as there is a ball, there are people, and both are on a field. And it seems to involve only sculpted men, a particularly intimate sport. Wait, I'm overthinking it. Though I do believe that most sports have a peculiar and exciting kind of subtext. This one, I think I could particularly like to watch. You're a little young to be in here, aren't you? Yes, I am. I am 14. I should not be... Winter is 14? What is Winter doing in a bar when she is 14? I am here with my uncle. My dad would never bring me here. My uncle is here and brought me here while he's on break. Right, mention work. Where is he? I point to Cyrus, who is now talking amiably with the other man in the corner. Goodness, such fast friends. He is the younger, ornery-looking person. The old man chuckles and I smile as though I've made a joke. Interesting word choice, girl. I read books. That's so. It is so. Very much so. I read a lot. Is he celebrating the good news? Maybe? Was there some news? Ah! Do you mean the minimum wage increase, sir? Yes, great news, isn't it? He grins. I mirror him. It is, I'm glad. You working yet? Yes. It is work that I'm doing. Granted, unpaid. I'm learning. Yes, I just started a little while ago. I see. Well, welcome to the workforce, young miss. Have you gotten your first paycheck yet? No, not yet, and my name is Winter. That should have been 2 sentences. Nice to meet you, Winter. I'm David. I have no idea where this accent is going. It's just all over the place. I've stopped speaking. I don't know why. It's almost as though anything I say won't make any sense, so I've shut up. He does not speak either. The quietness is getting to me. Isn't there something I can say? Anything? What can I say? No. I'm lost. This is a terrible feeling, like I'm drowning in air. Think. There must be something. What? You okay? Huh? Oh no, I'm panicking. He can tell. That's bad. Is this because of the alcohol? It must be because of the alcohol. Yeah. Speak! So what do you do? Like for your work, I mean. Help out at the wharf, head down into the mines, fit auto parts. That is amazing. Ha, amazing. No. When you get older, you'll have to run multiple jobs too. Just about the only way to survive these days. How about you? What do you do? Oh crap, what do I do? Why didn't I think of something first? Stupid. I shut my eyes for a second and give a quick shake in my head. What do I do? Well, I guess I could technically be considered I'm a consoler. A counselor? Yes. Huh. Please let that be an acceptable job. Doesn't really seem like something that'd suit you. No offense or anything. I didn't really choose it. He gives me a somber nod of recognition. Yeah, you gotta take what you're given. Yes. I suddenly feel miserable and decide to lean onto the counter. I rest my head, letting the fluff of my hair and sleeves serve as a pillow, and I look away from David. That's right, I didn't really choose it. I didn't really choose anything. As decisions come around, I just sat on my hands thinking that something would come to me. In a sense, I suppose that something did, but it wasn't in the usual way. Everyone else knew what they wanted to do after secondary school, and I was just stuck on the path of a freeter. A freeter! A step away from a leech. Ugh. I couldn't pick a specialty school. I didn't know what I wanted. School Mediatorum, huh? What is this school? Why had I never heard of it? Yet somehow my parents weren't surprised by the name. Why was I chosen? What's more, how? I never applied to this thing. Why did I even accept to go? I guess I was just happy that something had been found for me, and the system always knows best. I mean, it's not as though I dislike it. I find the classwork and homework more than bearable, and my first shadowing went okay enough. But is this what I am? Is this what I'm meant to do? Oh, this is stupid. What am I thinking? The oligarchy is infallible. They never make mistakes, therefore this must be what's right for me. Even if everything about it is totally weird. Cackle. What's my issue? This is better than what would have happened. When did I start caring so much about my direction? Wait, what am I thinking? I'm supposed to care about that. Still, why should I? How should I know the way to forge my life's path when I'm just 14? I don't even know what I'll be like in 8 years. I shouldn't have to care about this now. No, this is really messed up. I'm so messed up. Hey, don't get like that. I'm sorry I brought it up. Can I get you something to drink? I turned back to glance at David, my nose tip brushing against cloth and sending a tingle across my face. Seeing him, I remember again. I'm in another world. As if I didn't have enough worries back home, now I have a whole new world to worry about here. Another world which I had never heard of, but I'm supposed to believe is real, just because things are here right in front of my eyes? So much strange stuff has happened to me that maybe I could just be dreaming. Is this man even real? Is he really there? Maybe he isn't. I've read that there are illusions. Would I prefer an illusion? Would I prefer this to be a dream? Maybe some sort of virtual reality? This whole idea is so ridiculous. What's worst of all, I find myself rather on the fence about his offer for a second drink. It would not be bad, actually, to forget who I am for a little while, perhaps longer. It would be natural. No, it would also be dangerous. I force the darker notions aside, steady the course. I draw my head back into the nest of my arms, hair curling over fingers, and I bring myself up, countenance solemn. No, I think I've had enough. Suit yourself. I will. I look at David. All right, what's next again? Need to figure out the root of the problem. It usually has something to do with the troubles of the people, right? I'll just be forward then. Has anything been troubling you lately? Nothing more than usual, I suppose. I'm just here to commemorate the occasion. That wage hike takes a major load off, though it's really too bad that we're still under Gabriel's boot. You know, I bet they let the bill pass just to avoid revolt. They don't give a shit about us. Gabriel, that's not this country, is it? Wasn't that the mother country, correct? I think that Brighton shouldn't be a colony of theirs anymore. It was labeled as independent in the dossier. I need to know more. How might I ask properly? What about the, president? He seems to be working for us. He does, right? You know, it doesn't matter. He's just the figurehead. He can't do anything without Gabriel's approval. Couldn't even raise a military to defend against Ferdia without them kicking up a fuss. Hell, it took 6 months before they let him train a single soldier. I'll give them some credit, though. They quit crying about it, and they've been funding us rightly ever since. Probably realized that if Ferdia took us over, then they'd lose their workhorse. Ferdia is a third country sharing a border with Brighton. What was it I read about them last night? Don't we have a truce with them or something? It has been around for a while. Yeah, but it's hardly there. Ferdia's never been too afraid to stir up a war or two over some real estate, or over some insult to their forefathers, whatever excuse. Our truce with them is just a piece of paper. If they wanted to, they'd take us down in a heartbeat. Or they would have, at least, until we got an army to secure the border. Never know, though. Wow, this guy talks a lot. It's wonderful. I hardly have to say a word. Or at least, I would if he didn't seem to want me to respond now. I put on a bit of an angry expression for a second, but then reconsider. Maybe a sad expression would be better? What's my character, anyway? Am I being myself here? Wait, no. None of that matters, just answer. That's terrible. Okay, I need another question. Maybe I should let some of my ignorance show? Why is it like this, anyway? You don't know? Well, I'm not surprised. They practically skip over that in schools. Give it a paragraph, maybe. Sure, they'll tell you Brighton used to be a Gabrian colony, that we gained our independence 120 years ago. They just never mention the costs of that freedom. Economic sanctions. Crazy ones. I mean, they weren't always crazy. Back then, minimum wage could feed you and more. The sanctions haven't changed, though. Haven't adjusted with the dollar's value and cost of living. Gee, that sounds familiar. We screw up. Got lulled into the false sense of liberty. Got so caught up in the things we could do, we forgot what we can't. Okay, I'm seeing the parallel now. Thanks to inflation, these sanctions are making us so poor that they're killing us. I mean, literally killing us. Not a great thing to bring up when there's something to celebrate, but I don't even think they're tracking just how many have died trying to live. No, I've definitely lost count. Then is this the root? I mean, it sure does suck that these people are poor, really. Though honestly, if they've been this way for so long, they should be used to it. What is poor, exactly? The television was harping on it earlier, and David was harping on it just now, so I figure it must be important, but, you know, it's nonsense to even consider this seriously. I don't understand any of this. The obsession over the economy, the excitement over higher wages, none of it makes sense. Poor is not having enough for a snack. Money is a trivial thing. Another thing is that this is not even a major society of the world. That being the case, how come we're dealing with it at all? And Cyrus, what is he thinking dragging me here? He probably only wanted a drink. What can I learn about the whole world from just one person? Not much. This is stupid. It must be something else. If it's so terrible here, I wonder how it is in Gabriel. Complete luxury. They live like kings. Even their bums live better than us. Wow, that is filthy. A filthy thing to say. It's a damn miracle any of them work at all, with how much they get for free. They get fired, the state takes care of them. They're hurt, the state covers it. No job to start with, the state. The state will go to the goddamn moons for its precious Gabrians. Can you believe it? People are starving here, and it's that kind of fucking bullshit that... I wince and raise my shoulders a little. Oh, sorry. It's okay. I don't really take any offense to swear words or rude language, but my dad was never terribly fond of them, and I have grown unused to their bite. The harsher ones, anyway. It's a bit shocking to hear one in that tone. I decide to look back at the television, feeling embarrassed on David's behalf for reasons beyond my immediate comprehension. It airs the same sport for all of 4 seconds before cutting out. I know that sound. When the picture returns, a twisty and intricate crest, a duck flying over a sword and pickaxe looks like, appears on the screen, set against a noble blue. Could this be a team logo? An address to the audience for the coach and captain? Ooh, I want to see. I lean back a few feet from the counter until I am supporting myself only slightly with my fingers and mostly with the stool's 2 hind legs. Honestly, the warmth of the beer has not completely dissipated. David, what is that? Holy. George, turn it up. The person who is wiping glasses behind the counter raises his eyebrows slightly, and then reaches listlessly for the remote. When it is in his hands, he turns and gives the television a tired glance. The crest on the screen wakes his eyes immediately, and he is soon mashing the volume up. I hear David shifting at my right, and it sounds as though he is turning in the direction of Cyrus and the other man. Clark, get over here. Oh, so that is the man's name, Clark. Clark and Cyrus look at David strangely, and then strangely look at one another, and then they begin rushing over. I find their antics confusing and unwarranted. What is the big deal over this? It really is a duck. Okay. In a few moments, the whole gaggle of men surround the television. Even the waiter has stopped cleaning the tables to watch. I know that sports are popular and all, but this is a little bit much, isn't it? This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. Oh. The message will begin in 40 seconds. This is the emergency broadcast system. This is not a test. Please pay close attention to the following message. The message will begin in 30 seconds. Goodness, this is it, isn't it? It. The thing. The problem. Oh no, I'm not ready for this. Cleaning up garbage is one thing, but this is completely another thing. I don't even know what exactly. I searched Cyrus's eyes for something to comfort my spirits, but I find nothing, and do not know why I bothered at all. His face is indiscernible as ever, aside from the serious brow and lip, of course. The message will begin in 10 seconds. Crap. The message will now play. Before we get to that message, though, we are going to have to wrap up this episode of Game Break. Thank you for joining me as we go through Dysfunctional Systems. I'm having fun with this. I'm really curious what the actual problem is because, Winter actually has a point. This doesn't all add up quite yet. There's got to be more. So tune in for the next time round to find out just what is going down. What happened? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it dramatic? You'll have to wait until next episode to find out. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you are entertained by my horrible accents and attempts to read all of this text. Feel free to leave a comment if you have an idea of what's going on or if you have your own perspective on this. And I shall see you next time. All now get back to being creative already.